Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Dr. Rao. I hope you are all doing well. We had a very busy Sunday this morning. One of my daughters, she is moving to her own place, and actually, she is moving with her brother. They both are going to share a rental space. Um, so we were busy. It was kind of my arrangement was kind of disturbed, so it took me some time to get back to my studio and everything. Anyway, uh, the heading today may confuse some people or maybe appeal to some people. So this is something of a spiritual saying that I had seen in the past. It's about suppose you want to shave, you have a beard and you have to shave, and then you look in the mirror and you want to shave the beard in the mirror, but not on you. How can you have a shave on your beard, right? This is like a uh, anomaly, like an example to show you that if you have spots in your face, you have to wash it off. But if you wash the mirror image, it's not going to be washed off, right? So this is about self-knowledge. This is about self-realization. This is a practice that's very much valued and built up in the ancient times, right? This is more like uh, most highest thing that you could achieve. And they are not interested in making a lot of money, possessions, or having desires fulfilled, or any of the egotistical reasons of me being nominating everybody like a king. They used to occupy a lot of people, right? So they didn't want that, and then they didn't want any of the pleasures that were there. So you can see, for example, Gautam Buddha, when he was a prince, he had all the pleasures in the world, 1,000 times more, because you know the story. When he was born, the astrologers predicted this man will be really great. Either he will become an emperor with all sorts of riches and pleasures and everything around him, or he will become a great seer. He sees into the all the problems of the world and gives you great answers for that. So he won't be having any of these riches that normal people will have, right? So his father was very much reluctant to have his son give up everything and go leave the family business and become like a beggar, which he does, right? That becomes a Gautam Buddha, and then he begs for food and teaches all sorts of wisdom, right? He walks away from the riches, he walks away from the family. He had a wife and he has a son too. He walks away from all of that and then becomes the sage that he eventually becomes, right? So, because he wanted to know the answers for the suffering, right? So that means answers are not out there, answers are within. That's the conclusion he comes to, and then he goes into meditation. He does it by himself and finds out the truth by going within himself. So that's what I used to think at the time. Turn inward and know who you are. So to do that, you cannot read books, you cannot have discussions, you cannot have all these statements, but you got to wash yourself from inside out, right? So that's the title. Why is don't see the dirt on your face in the mirror and try to blame somebody or read something or make a statement, but that's akin to trying to wash the dirt off your face in the mirror, but not attending what it is there on your mirror, and you got to wash your face. That means you have to have the transformation, you have to have the change within you, right? So that's why the title. And a lot of things come out when you pursue like that. So why the heck I have to do this self-realization and all these things that normally people don't do. Everybody is out there earning money or living it up. So these two are shunned, and then especially when you become 60s, 70s, that's when you really see the shallowness of the money making and all that, and shallowness of getting a name and all that, and uh, really don't really want to care about the pleasures either. So you don't want to live it up. You want to have a simple life outside, and you want to find out some things about life itself. What is death? Where are we going after death? What is the harmony in human relationship? What is the tranquility? When can my mind have peace? All these called existential questions, right? So they have done that, ancient people. They have gone deep into that, and uh, they made that is a main thing in life, right? And then for that they wanted to have a very simple outward life, few things that you need to travel, or just they don't have a home, they don't have any particular community or family, and they were open to everybody anywhere, and then they were traveling on foot, and they were really carrying a, small vessel for the water, and that's it. They don't have anything else. Maybe they have one or two pairs of clothes, and that's it, right? So simple living outside and very high thinking inside, where you want to turn yourself and find out. For example, so you are a very angry man, you'll get anger very easily, and so you will be facing that self which is getting angry so much. How can I really understand this and go beyond it? I find myself to be very egotistical. I say I'm the only one who knows everything, nobody knows, and whatever it is done, it's for me. That's egotistical, right? And you have to face that and then wash it off. That is the important thing here, right? So Ramana Maharshi said something very. You don't have to read so much. You don't have to do so many discussions. All you have to do is don't worry about all this learning. All you have to do is you are really silent. That is the truth. Okay, and if you are still, then you are God, right? These two things are very, very deep actually. So usually people want to say something and establish that they are right. This is how it is all done, right? And they want to argue, they want to propose statements, papers, whatever, or references to show that they have the correct, right way. That is the truth. They were talking, is this the truth? That's why you have to listen to me and you have to follow. But you will not be listening to them because you want to find out yourself. Then you question, you kind of do the all the investigation within you, and when all that questioning comes to an end, when we have all the answers, then that stillness, that itself is the truth. And when you really, not stillness, the silence, but when you're still, then you know that stillness is akin to the universal energy that goes through all of us, and that itself is the God. So that's why when you are silent, you found the truth. When you are still, you are the God. Okay, that's what Ramana Maharshi said too. Now, how can you be free of this chattering mind, continuously talking? That is where you kind of practice meditation for a while, and eventually you come face and face to one single thought that you are able to concentrate onto, and then you go beyond that one thought by seeing where it is coming from, and that is the real self. Once you are your attention is always poised on that, then you have the serenity of yourself, not your mind. Your mind is peaceful, but you are serene, peaceful, happy, and all that. Okay, that's what this particular thing represents. And do not shave the you find in the mirror, but in the mirror of life shows you what you are, and then you wash it off. You go through that by finding God. You don't cover it up. You don't justify. You don't say, this is where I am. No. You really understand what did my parents, society, education system taught me, and how is that I'm retaining all these qualities that are causing problems for me and everybody around me. That kind of self knowledge will help you to see as you are, not as you would like to be or as you would be ideally. You don't want to deceive yourself. You want to face things as they are. So have a simple life. You make time to sit down and close your eyes and go inward and find out the things that you are exhibiting in life. So in the mirror of life, in relationship, as we deal with people, we reveal what we are inside. And then once you reflect on it, study it, and know about it, then you have a chance to get rid of that, right? So that is what this talk about. And I'm making a video on this, and you anybody interested can go and check it out on the YouTube studio. So uh, as I said, we were really busy with the family stuff today. So I hope anybody has questions, please come up. Otherwise, I'll be closing our down in a few minutes. Okay. This is a very deep topic. uh, it's very easy to point out, but to pay attention to us is very difficult. And also, give up all the things that we have, give up all the pleasures you have. You don't have to do it, but people do it because they want to find out deep, right? And then each person differs, and everybody has their own journey. But for those who wants to find out about themselves, for those who wants to see actually they are, and then they want to really correct the flaws, whatever they think disorder, whatever they think that is not good for the society, they want to change, right? So you want to be peaceful, you don't want to be reacting to people, you don't want to be negative to people, and all those things are there. So instead of striving for one quality and going, go to that entity which is you, which is your real life force, your energy, that's already peace, that's already happiness, that's already bliss. And that is the one which is really the conscious being, right? So hopefully this makes think about it a little bit, stimulates you to really find out what this is all about. And if you want to engage with me and this discussion, you're free to call me, and then we'll make time, and then we'll talk about it. Or you can come and join my wellness club. Then you will see me every day in the morning. Then at the end of the class, not during the class, at the end of the class, we do talk about things. And then I have this Facebook group which is called Conquer Burnout. You can be member there, and then you can meet me once in a while. Regularly, I'll be doing some live programs there, and you can also talk to me. And also, when I come here, you can come and talk to me. Okay. All right. With that, I hope some interest is cultivated. And tomorrow, I'll really go into the depths of this topic and show you what is meant by shaving yourself in real life, not floating in some statements, some theories, some things that you understood through the books or through the listening to somebody. But you yourself going into that is a very invigorating, stimulating mind exercise. You kind of go through the mind to know about the mind, and then you enjoy the success of peace through the life. Okay, none of the things that are happening outside will make you react, right? So a tremendous advantage. And if you consider about physical mental terms, when you realize who you are and you stay there in the real self, that is the highest healthy state. Okay, both physical and also mental too. And if you have some underlying disease, that will not be worsened because you don't have the chattering thought. And if you have something that's on the way to heal, it will heal faster because you don't have the secretion of hormones, stress hormones. So many benefits of being a self-realized person. It's not that easy. It's not going to be just like that. Only witness, only person who can confirm whether you are not is you. Nobody else can really tell you that. Okay, so you don't want to deceive yourself. You don't want to have a false pride about it, but you want to go beyond the transcend that all desire, and also identify the attachments that you have, the falsehood of attachment you get out of it, and you will be mostly concentrating on the mind into your heart, and you will not be tempted by the dualities of things like raga, dvesha. That means attraction and then distraction, right? Like opposites. You won't be affected by the pressure and the pain and all that. It's a tall order I'm telling you about, but then that's physically, mentally better, and always in peace and happy happiness coming from inside, and you don't really care about the external pressures. Wonderful state to be in, and you don't need any money for that. You don't need any, uh, uh, outward devices or apps. All you need is keep quiet, and then uh, be that stillness and know that you are God. Okay. All right. So with that, I will stop it here. And this is not something like I can speak and you are going to learn from it. No, this is something that we have to explore together. If you cannot do that, there's no point me talking about it continuously. Okay. So if you have any questions, reach out to me personally. We can talk not about your judgment, not about your weaknesses. We don't do that. What we do is we kind of throw light on the path that you could talk walk by himself, and then you will discover for yourself what you are and what you want to change. Okay. All right. With that, I will take leave, and I will see you back again tomorrow.